Did somebody just flush a toilet when you said start? It definitely sounded like somebody just flushed the toilet.
Well, I'm in the bathroom, so yeah, somebody did probably.
I can't believe we're recording this. All right, guys.
Sorry.
Well, welcome to the next live streamers that we have here. You're with Tiger One. I am your host today. We have an amazing line of panel speakers today. We have Kara Allen. We have Raymond. And we have Andrew today. One of the things I wanted to mention briefly about these amazing people is the fact that not only they're live streamers, but they're entrepreneurs and they're definitely game changers of different industries, of whether it's fashion, film, or technology. And I would like to have Kara start off introducing herself. Kara, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I was trying to keep you muted because the toilets are flushing. But anyway, my name is Kara Allen. I'm a wardrobe stylist and a makeup artist and a pseudo bartender part-time. So that's not at work. But yes, I help you unclutter your closet and style your authentic life.
You know what? You forgot to mention, Kara, you're also a fundraiser. So you know how to fundraise as well.
Yeah, I do know how to do a little money raising too.
And you forgot to mention 2011. You were also the glam ambassador for Glamour magazine in 2011.
I forget all that stuff. And I used to work for Stacey London, yada yada. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Andrew, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Yep. So my name's Andrew. First started getting into all of this with YouTube. So I've been running a YouTube channel for, a little under a year. It's been pretty successful. And then I moved over into Blab and doing live streaming and Periscope and that whole sort of thing. So it's starting to pick up and it's going real well. And I work full time as a DevOps engineer. And what I do is I migrate people's servers inside of a data center out into the cloud. So I deal with a lot of infrastructure all day. And in the new year, I'm going to be a full-time entrepreneur. So I'm real excited. I made the leap.
Yeah, and by the way, you have two. You have SpotHook and you have AirHood.
Yep, SpotHook and AirHood. Yep.
If you want to just briefly talk about the differences, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So AirHood is we launched it about a year ago. It's an iOS app. It's one of those anonymous social network type deals. It's still going pretty strong. We have around 4,500 registered users. We have about 50,000 posts on our network, which is pretty cool. And SpotHook is the new venture that I'm pursuing full time. It's an online interviewing platform that ties directly into LinkedIn, and it's sort of bringing a social connection between candidates, recruiters, employers, anyone looking for a job, and being able to interview online. So it's all all virtual. It's all online. It's really, really exciting.
Okay, great. And then we have Raymond Ciminato. So please introduce yourself, Raymond.
Hey, everybody. My name is Raymond Ciminato. I'm a filmmaker from Los Angeles. I freelance for companies like ABC, working on shows like Good Morning America, World News, 2020 Nightline, etc. I direct, produce, edit TV shows and films and documentaries and all that kind of stuff all over the world. I love it. I travel. It's all cool. Really, most of the time, I'm just causing trouble, though. So
aren't we all?
Take a grain of salt. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So how's it going, everybody? What's going on?
So before I don't know if I remember if I introduced myself or not, but I'm just going to briefly introduce myself. My name is Tiger One. I am a host. I do a lot of interviews. Just recently, last week, I was at the red carpet of Kerry Kennedy's RFK organization, and one of the things I like to do is share different opinions and also different tips and secrets of how everybody can improve their live stream. So one of the things I want to start off with a question with Kara is, how did you start off learning about live streaming, and do you have any tips or tricks that you like to share with everybody?
Well, so I actually found out about it because I was at work here and one of my friends came in and he's like, have you heard about Periscope? And I was like, no, what is it? And he was like, it's a live streaming app. He's like, you need to be on there. You need to get on there. So this was like at the end of May. And at the time, of course, I had no idea really what it was. And when you downloaded the iPhone app at that point, it didn't show you, well, at least on mine, I don't know, maybe mine was messed up. that like who to follow. It just showed who you followed on Twitter already, and that's how I found a few people to follow. And so when I started doing it, I was streaming my friend's bachelor party in Miami. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then I got on a blab actually with Africa Miranda, Tabassum, and Miss Corporate Diva, Amber. And when we were talking about what we were going to talk about on Blab, they were like, so what do you do? What's your day job, your business? And I was like, oh, I'm a wardrobe stylist and makeup artist and all that stuff. And they were like, you should totally just be streaming style and makeup like all day long. Just do that. So then that's when I started really getting focused with it, probably in July. And just watching, but I did a lot of recon. I was watching a lot of other people's scope first and getting tips. And then sometimes I would scope and tell people what to do, like filling out your profile, having all of your online platforms be the same so people can find you easily, things like that. And try to scope regularly, at least once a day. Do your little online business card, your scope business card if you're not going to be on for a couple of days, so people will have something to look at if they want to follow you. What else? Engaging in people's scopes, and being nice, not jumping in and going, follow me, like, oh, that's the worst.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
That's terrible. Like, stop. So, and that's just etiquette, and of course dealing with the trolls, and sometimes we like to play with them. They're like little bugs, sometimes we just mess with them. But
how are the trolls? I mean, I saw your Periscope channel. You've got a lot of followers on there. Do you have a lot of problems with trolls coming on?
I have 975 people blocked, so yes.
What? No way.
Yeah, and plus I block them in other people's scopes because I don't want them coming into mine. You know what I mean? If I speak in your scope and they start acting crazy, I'm blocking them in yours too. Like they're not coming to see me.
Thankfully, I don't have to deal with that on my YouTube channel just because the sort of the content. It's not a lot of trolls coming to that type of content with what I do. I couldn't even imagine having to deal with blocking 1,000 people. That's a lot.
That's just painful on your fingers after a while.
That's kind of hurt.
I'm a speed blocker too. They don't even see it coming. It's like whoop.
Wow.
So the trolls, not getting like flustered if somebody comes in and says something weird. Like there was one guy last week. He was so odd. He comes in. He's like, hey, it was so cool meeting you, and I remember what we did last year. And I was like, huh? Who are you? What? Like it was so random.
Wait, was that considered trolling?
It was like a scope bomb troll because he just popped in, said it, and popped back out. He didn't have so I couldn't even get time to block him or even ask him what he was talking about. He was gone, so
wow.
Okay. Whatever. So let's see, trolls. Just being nice in other people's scopes. And I mean I have a nice little community of people that because I like to engage with people, even in other people's scopes. I have a nice little community. We do a chatty party at night. So
I remember that. Yeah.
And that's fun. And we've had some conversation that have gone real left real quick. That it's interesting. We'll be on for like almost up to 2 hours when we're on, and just people jumping in and out and just having a good time and talking. But that's the main thing. It's a community. So go on other people's scopes and be helpful and be nice. And if somebody didn't see something, tell them, hey, what's going on? Because a lot of times you jump in the scope and you're like, what's happening? Like, and the host is too busy talking. So being helpful.
Right.
That's probably about it for now, I think. Yeah. I mean, some people still are trying to find their way on scope and what the scope about, but scope about what and then it won't be so hard.
Right.
Are you in New York City?
No, I'm in Virginia.
DC.
You're in Virginia. Oh, okay, great, cool.
Oh,
yeah. So
but I met you in DC, Kara.
Yeah, because I came in for a lunch conference.
Oh,
so
I see.
I don't live in DC. No, I live out in Northern Virginia.
She reaches out to me out of nowhere, and I'm like, I only have like 15 minutes, but let's run and do it.
Yeah, so we met. She was going back to New York, so I was like, oh, and she's like, my bus leaves from Chinatown, so I was like, go for a minute or something. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And we're both going to be speaking at Periscope.
Yes, we are.
That's awesome.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
That's going to be exciting. Yeah. So I think that's probably about it. I guess that would be my main tips, for beginners or people who are still on, just trying to figure out what's going on. Just try to be nice. Don't talk about people. Oh my God, if you hear stuff, don't.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Because it's a small community. You never know who's on listening to you. It's being not talking, and they're like, "Did she really just say that about so and so?" And they're it's like a little like high school, just be cordial. Don't spread gossip. Don't talk about things you don't know exactly what's going on. It's just don't do it.
That's one of the things that's kind of funny about Periscope is that every person on Periscope sounds like they're an expert. They just start talking, and it's like there's no one there to contest what they're saying. So it's like,
right,
okay,
exactly.
Do you really know what you're saying?
Yeah, because there was a big thing that happened with Bree the other day. So,
let me give Andrew a chance.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about anything about let's just move on.
No, it was something that she did a scope on that she admitted what she did. So that was just one of those cautionary tales of like that's what happens when you say something and you don't know the information. And then she said something about somebody who was trending on Periscope and was questioning her hearts and her whatever, and then somebody saw it and told the girl. And then the girl did like a response scope and didn't want anybody to tell that it was actually Bree that did it or whatever. But Bree did an apology scope, so people knew who it was. It wasn't like, whatever. So the girl was very gracious in her response to her. It was really sweet. I mean, she didn't like go off and go crazy on her, and it was very nice. And then Bree did an apology scope, not like she didn't say it directly to the girl, but it was just on her scope talking about it. So that's one of those things. Just don't speak on what you don't know.
No, totally.
Yeah. So, Kara, I'm going to let Michelle jump on. I know you have a limited time, but thank you so much, Kara. I really appreciate it.
Kara, it's nice meeting you.
Kara, have a great evening.
Are y'all coming to Summit, Andrew and Raymond?
I won't be, no.
I'll be there.
Raymond will be there,
Be right off the plane from Peru.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. I'll get to see you then.
Awesome. So, I can't wait. It'll be very nice.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for having me jump in, and sorry I couldn't stay long.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
And we'll have Raymond.
What? What do you want? What do you want from me?
We were supposed
You'll
to
never get anything out of me.
No, we were. Man, Kara's so confusing that I forgot what I was gonna ask already. She was talking about. I just talked about it and I forgot already. But it's all right. Let's introduce Michelle Martin.
Hello there, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Okay, good.
Michelle Martin is a dear friend of mine. She is from Philly, which I love. They also make great cheesesteaks in Philadelphia, but
first one this past summer during Scope Out America.
Nice.
Yes, we gotta talk about Scope Out America next, Raymond. Michelle is also Michelle is also a founder for a nonprofit organization. It's a racing school, and she has a marketing company as well. Definitely. Cool. I would like Michelle to talk more about who she is, and also if you can share at least one tip, Michelle, about what you learned out of Periscope and anything that it can actually bring value to anybody who wants to know how to improve their blabs or Periscope.
All right, so just kind of jumping off of, I can't even, you guys, on my screen, it looks like we're all frozen.
Yeah, you look a little frozen.
You look frozen on ours.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm not the only one. All right, good. So I am the COO of the Urban Youth Racing School. That's
no.
No. I think we lost her.
She's been lost to the
Michelle. I also have a marketing agency, and I do marketing
You gotta say it one more time.
Branding. Can you hear it?
I think she meant. Okay, can you repeat what you just said?
Can you hear it now?
Chopped off.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me better? Okay, good. All right, so I am the COO of the Urban Youth Racing School here in Philadelphia. We've been around for 18 years now. I also have a marketing branding agency, and I work with huge brands like Jordan and General Motors to help them bring their programs into the community. and show goodwill and stuff like that. I've been doing this stuff for so many years now. And then I just launched I'm about to launch a website called Hey Mommy, MOMI. And the tagline is where
really cool.
lifestyle, tech, and mommyhood meet. It's for women and for parents. Yeah. So I love technology. I've been doing technology since probably I turned 22.
Wow.
I've never clocked into anyone's clock. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've always worked for myself all my life. And my Periscope tip, I also have a group called Branding Globally Through Periscope on Facebook, which I started when I first found the app. So I found the app because I was home with my daughter and she was sick. And I always go through all of the apps just to see what's cool and what's new. And I found it and I downloaded it and I just watched a couple scopes and I was like, wow, this is cool. And everybody was from different parts of the world. So I thought that was really cool. Then, being just a branding and marketing person that I am, I just thought about how cool this would be for businesses to use, or somebody who had a brand or a service. So I started the group Branding Globally Through Periscope on Facebook. And really the reason that I did it was just because I'm a researcher at heart. So I researched all the articles. So instead of just having them come into my email, I needed somewhere to put them all so I could find them. And that's really the only reason I created the group. And I figured that other people would want the information as well. So I added probably like 200 Facebook friends to the group. And now it's like almost 1,200. I don't know anybody on there. They're from all over the world and they find their way to the group, and which is cool. But I think my biggest tip, and normally I just give tips for businesses and nonprofits, since, that's my expertise. That's where my real expertise lies, is in nonprofits. So I just let nonprofits know that, Periscope is a great way to give your funders a return on their investment. And I don't think a lot of people look at it that way. You can scope whatever it may be, whether it's a program, it's an event, some type of community, whatever it is that you're doing. And when you do your title, present it, do whatever it is, present it by, in my case, it would be General Motors, presented by General Motors. General Motors will then get to tweet. They can now come in and watch this program that they've supported live.
That's
so
cool.
The return on investment for them is huge and they love it. And so those are the things that I tell a lot of people, a lot of nonprofits. As a matter of fact, in January, I'll be doing, in conjunction with Apple, I'll be doing a Periscope seminar for nonprofit organizations that they're going to choose the organizations. They'll come in and then I'll do like an hour seminar on Periscope and how they could use it for their nonprofit.
Wonderful.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
And that's about it.
Really making stuff happen out here.
Okay. So Raymond.
It is very cool.
Okay, so Raymond,
Periscope is
one thing I wanted to talk about was your Scope Out America, and how did you create that idea of Scope Out America? I remember we met at New York City at the Periscope Summit, and you were talking about very detailed about analytics, and that was really, really fascinating because you were the only one, I believe, that did that. And I just definitely, if you could just share briefly about what it is, Scope Out America, and then anything behind it. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Scope Out America. So for everybody who doesn't already know, Scope Out America was probably the first highly produced cross-country road trip game show that was on Periscope. And I'm a TV and film producer and editor and director. So I took my expertise from this and I partnered with my friend. Wow, I just brain farted really hard. Excuse me, everybody. So I partnered up and with Swagbot and Sean Matthews, and we basically took our combined talents and got on the road. The way that we went from Los Angeles to New York, and basically what we did was we set up scavenger hunts all along the country, all across the country, that enlisted the assistance of the audience to help us overcome the goals. And there were stakes, and there were time limits, and there were twists and turns, and it was really fun. From a business standpoint, we brought in a lot of sponsorships and created a lot of synergy, which enabled us to be able to fund the trip, to get us paid, and we had a really awesome time doing it. The actual idea came from when I was back at that time when I was periscoping like incessantly, my cinemobsters, which is my parafam, we're all like, hey, you should do like a cross-country road trip and come meet a lot of us. It would be really cool. And I'm an avid traveler. So obviously that's an idea that I was very excited about. And I'm like, if you guys are serious about this, I would consider it. Simultaneously, Sean Matthews at Swagbot was thinking about doing a cross-country road trip. And he reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to partner up on this? I was thinking about doing the same thing. And so we got talking. I looked at what he was doing. He looked at what I was doing. And we both liked what this looked like. And we decided to go ahead and do that. And we jumped on the road, met for the first time in Los Angeles, brought on eHarmony as our headline sponsor, along with a couple of other sponsors. And then we ended up going across the country in a crazy, crazy quest for love / scavenger hunt / awesome time, all live on Periscope. And it was an amazing opportunity. We gained, it had so much notoriety. It was so successful that as we were traveling across the country, companies like House of Blues came in while we were on the road to actually join us and sponsor us. So there was a lot of really cool things.
That was really interesting when you said you kept getting sponsors, because a lot of people that I know, I'm not going to mention who, but they're like, how do I get sponsors? How do I get sponsors? So
Sure.
how did you call them and email them, or did you do all the phone calls and call them like that, or how exactly did they find you, or you found them? Or
It was a combination of outreach and also people coming into us. On the side of reaching out, there were some companies that we reached out to, and then on the here's the thing: when you reach out to try to get somebody to sponsor you, you have to reframe the way you think about it. You can't think of it as I'm looking for somebody to sponsor me. You have to look at it as I'm looking to partner with somebody who could benefit from what I have to offer. And if they have something that I'm going to benefit from, then we can create a partnership. We call it sponsorships, and everybody's running around thinking like, oh, it would be really nice if people would pay for me to do the things that I love to do. But that's the wrong mentality, because who the hell wants to just give you money? I mean, maybe there are those really generous people out there, but at the end of the day, what it's going to really take to get sponsorships is to know exactly what kind of value you provide. And secondly, even more importantly,
The ROI.
or equal importantly, is that you have to know how to paint the picture for them. Because it's not, see, you might have something of value, but having something of value locked away in a closet where nobody can see it is of no value to anybody. You have to, as the entrepreneur, as the visionary, you have to be able to gain access to the person who might benefit from what you have to offer, know that you have something of value, understand what it is that you have and how it works. And then very importantly, this is what a lot of people don't get, is that you have to know in your mind how that valuable asset is going to integrate into the world of the company or individual that you're looking to partner with. So when you sit down and you talk with them, that's the conversation you're going to have with them, is how it is that this might be able to serve them, how it is, how what it is that you have can serve them, because that's what you're doing. You're pitching. Once you've sold them, then they give you the money and you look cool because everybody's like, oh, that person got sponsored. Well, in actuality, what really happened was you went and you gave them a great opportunity that they saw the value in, because you were able to explain it like effectively and paint a beautiful picture of what it is. And then it became a partnership. So in essence, you can almost think of it as you guys are sponsoring each other.
Yeah.
So that's I think a really important distinction to make, is that you have to see it as not what can people do for you, but what can you do for the people that you're looking to partner with.
Oh, you're so smart when you said that.
That's fantastic advice.
Yeah. Andrew, do you have any
add,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would add to what Raymond was saying, is that people need to go and really research who they want to sponsor them.
Yeah.
A sponsor, there's nothing more that a sponsor hates than for you to come and approach them and you have absolutely no clue about what they're doing, what they want to do, what type of outreach they want to do. You don't know anything about their company.
You always need to make sure that you're going to solve a problem for them too. You don't want to just approach someone, even if you know what they do, you got to make sure that there's a problem that needs solved and that your company, whatever that is going to fit that need. And, to what Raymond said, like I'm doing the exact same thing right now, where we're trying to partner and be sponsored by a couple other different people for our new startup. And, it's just, you just got to make sure you're filling someone's issue.
It's really important to also add to this that when people start to look at how it is that they can, like if you're asking the question, well, what could I offer somebody? What am I? Who am I? What kind of value do I provide? A couple of things can help you start to identify this. The first thing is that you have to take measure of what it is that you actually have within yourself and the assets in your environment and that you have access to. The second thing is that you should start to analyze the company, as everybody else has been saying here. I tend to like looking at things starting with the purpose behind the company, like the why, the purpose of the company. Why do they exist? Once you understand why they exist and why they're doing what they do, their motivations, then you can look at the processes that they use to accomplish those goals, and finally look at the resource pools they have. And the reason why you want to analyze these three areas of the company, resources, processes, and values, is because when you understand the values of the company, you can find if your values align with them, which is very important. The reason why you want to understand the processes of the company is because you can find in what ways to integrate into their already active process, because you're not going to be able to sell yourself if you're asking them to make a 180 from their current direction. Know their process and figure out how you can integrate into that process. And finally, the resource pool. Understand what resources they have to work with.
You're like in your underwear. I'm like on
Michelle, I gotta. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute.
I got hysterical.
Was I the first person to notice that?
That is awesome.
That's so
Make
funny.
it, dude.
Exit out. Michelle, I'm gonna have to exit out.
Wait.
Pornography.
Wait.
Discovery.
It's not even. You know what's so funny? Raymond, it's hilarious that you do the shows and stuff that you do. He works for TMZ. He just came home last night from LA.
Nice.
And he's doing their South of Wilshire show that is going to appear in January.
He keeps.
And I'm like,
he's
dude,
gonna end up on his own show. They're gonna be like,
right?
I'm like,
dude, you're here. He's like, Mom, honestly, I don't care.
That's amazing. That's great.
That's
hilarious.
No, my question is why haven't you warned him yet? You're naked.
I'm like, and the funny part was I didn't even see him. It was Andrew. Like I saw Andrew's face totally light up, and then I saw Andrew go to the keyboard, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I wonder what Andrew's doing. Then the thing pops up on my computer like, Michelle, behind you.
A real entrepreneur right here. She's like, I'm going to turn around and sell this. I'm not telling you what market I'm selling it to.
Hilarious.
She knew it was happening.
She knew what this was.
I'm like,
She knew what this was.
That was really funny.
oh, that's funny.
Sorry,
But that's
had
the
to
kind of
point
stuff
that out.
I have to live. That's the kind of stuff I have to live with, you guys. I have two sets of kids, a 27 and a 24-year-old. That's a 24-year-old
There
who
you
graduated from college and moved to LA.
Beauty.
And then I have a 10 and a 6-year-old. So yeah, it's never a dull moment,
That's for sure.
as you guys can see.
Absolutely.
Oh, Andrew, your face was priceless.
I can't wait to rewatch this and see when that happens. That'll be pretty funny.
I gotta rewatch it too because I didn't know what you were looking at.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
I'm
good.
like looking at Raymond as he's talking, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm just listening.
Yeah,
and I'm
me
so
too.
Involved.
Until I saw
So
that.
I didn't have nothing.
I was just like, what is happening right now?
But this is the beauty of like live streaming and
Yeah, it's
having
awesome.
live stuff. It's just,
Absolutely.
things just happen.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's hysterical.
Boom. That's what happens. So, I think, the last point that I was making. All right, everybody, calm down. All right, we need to calm down. Get back on track, all right? No more naked people running around. No, have the naked people. We love naked people.
Tiger, is that a cup with your face on it? Sorry.
One of my
I love that.
It is.
Sonia was here earlier, and she's so amazing. She wrote here. She put my face here. Then she put csonia.com right here. She just jumped in about like 10 minutes ago, but she sent this to me. She mailed it to me. That's so nice of her.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Sonia's here. So
Sonia's
Michelle.
here.
She is right there in the comments.
Hey, Sonia, how are you?
can I
up,
just
Sonia?
get Michelle? Can I just get Sonia to jump in?
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
awesome.
I got to go finish.
And then
running
I
the
have to get Manny Boy on as well. Okay. I want
Okay.
to give Sonia a chance to talk.
Bye, guys.
Bye. It was nice meeting you.
Michelle.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to follow you guys. Is the handle the same on Periscope?
Yeah.
That it is here?
For everything.
I just followed you on here, Michelle.
Okay, great. All right. So I'll find you guys on Periscope and follow you.
And you, Andrew. For
All
that
right.
matter.
Bye, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
All right.
Cheers.
We'll see you.
I'm glad I could provide a little entertainment.
There was.
Bye.
Oh, that was good. I think I'm noticing all the random little things that are happening in this blab.
Like
Oh
what?
wow!
Naked guy in the background. Tiger One's cup.
Sonia, jump on if you can hear me.
Sonia, jump on.
Oh, there we go. We're gonna get. Can you hear me, Sonia?
Yeah, me?
All right,
my God,
awesome.
what's up, Sonia?
Hey, I'm in Chicago and it's freaking cold out here. I'm in my car, so hopefully.
You look like you're in Russia.
I want people to know who you are really quickly, and then I gotta have Manny Boy jump on next. So definitely talk about your periscopes.
Oh, my periscopes. So basically, I'm Sonia. For those that don't know me, I am in Chicago. I teach you guys how to buy, sell, fixer-uppers, rehabs, estate sales, Chicago realtor. I juice, and I also tour Chicago. I just did a featured follower Friday. I feature followers every single Friday. I love it. I love Periscope. I love creating relationships, and I love everybody on Blab as well. And I love live streaming, period. So I've met so many awesome people from everywhere, and it's gotten me the opportunity to do some deals on Periscope.
Talk about that part. Wait, hold on. Talk about the deals on in the Periscope. How did that happen?
Oh man, I'm a Chicago realtor, guys. So I'm trying to figure this out right here. Sorry. Here we go. So I've been periscoping since March. I think it was kind of a little bit over a month after Periscope started, and I've met first-time home buyers. I've met investors. Wow. I've met so many people on Periscope. I'm on my third deal with a first-time home buyer.
Wow.
And I'm also currently working with an investor. He wants to rehab and flip some houses in Chicago. So I think that's my fourth client from Periscope.
Wow.
As a realtor in Chicago. So it's
Congrats.
been awesome. I've met so many people. I've made some money as well. And I love people and I love creating relationships. And that's why I do featured follower Fridays. And I've met Tiger, and she's awesome, Chica, over there in New York. We created an awesome relationship, and I keep meeting some awesome people. Raymond, I think I've seen you as well on some scopes as well. Woo, woo. And I just love it. I'm just having a lot of fun, and I think that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, whether you're on Blab or Periscope or live streaming. Facebook is also having a new live stream app as well.
I saw that
right now. So it's crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Technology is going crazy, and I love it, and I've had so much fun with it, and I'm going to continue to dive into all live streaming. So it's worked for me, and I just have so many relationships out there. And Jiang, I'm going to go visit you, girl. I've never been to New York, so I got to go visit. So,
yeah, I've been to Chicago. It's beautiful. You ever see Batman? It feels like Gotham City. It really does. If you ever been to Chicago, you got to go.
Yeah, so if you guys want to come down, have some lunch with me, I'll give you a little tour. It's awesome.
I'll start driving. I'm starting to drive right now. Don't tempt me.
Come on down. Come on. Come on down. Well, I'm gonna hop out. I know you guys have a lot of visitors for Blab, so thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Cheers, Sonia.
And, cheers, guys.
See you, Sonia.
Bye, Sonia.
Bye.
The awkward.
Live streaming is awesome. I mean, that's how I met you, Tiger. Was you came on to Fire Talk and
you're
like, hey, I have this random meetup that's happening, and I just happened to be on there watching you, and I was like, I got nothing to do tonight. I guess I'm going to come hang out.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see how many people are doing this and how popular it's getting. And I remember when Facebook started doing their live streaming, but it was like celebrities only or specific people, and now they're opening it up to everybody, which is great. And there's a lot of cool applications out there.
I just went to YouTube yesterday, and do you guys know Lily Singh, Superwoman from YouTube? Okay, let me look her up. She is Lily Singh. She is so funny.
Does anyone here do YouTube? Any YouTubers? You do, Raymond?
Well, typically the YouTube videos that I do are it's like a secondary distribution source for the things that I put in other places. But the next person can jump in. I'm on an important phone.
Oh, okay. We'll have
multitasking.
Michelle or Greg. Whoever wants to go, Michelle or Greg, jump in.
I loaded Superwoman so I can watch it after this.
Yeah, nice. She is really funny. So I was at the YouTube at Chelsea Market, and what was interesting is that they're so busy. Oh, Michelle jumped in. Okay, cool. They're so busy doing YouTube that it's so hard to divide your time doing YouTube,
I'm back.
streaming,
Yeah.
Snapchat, all these other
When I put out a YouTube video, it'll take me 4 or 5 hours to just get it right. And it also depends on how much prep I do. So a lot of my YouTube videos are real technical, so it's all technical tutorials. So some of them could take 2 hours, but I've had some that take 8-9 hours just preparing servers and infrastructure and how to set things up.
Are you talking about like
tutorial wise or how?
Yeah, so the tutorials, I'll have to write all the code for it. It's sort of like teaching a class, but then I gotta make the video, I've gotta cut the video up, I've gotta make sure it flows nicely within, less than 10 minutes, because anything longer, you lose your attention.
Yeah.
So
optimal time frame.
Optimal time. So what's been great about that is I've booked a lot of business off of that, and now I'm starting to take it to Blab, and I've been doing talks. I've been trying to do them every Monday. I've been busy for the past couple of weeks, but now I start to do them on Mondays, where I answer people's questions on their infrastructure, how they do things, and it's turned out to be really beneficial. And I think in the new year, I'm going to take Blab to the next level. I'm going to do a semi-daily, I've made the jump type of show, for entrepreneurs, and talk about sort of what I'm working on, my daily goals, and the company and all that sort of stuff.
So I have a question for you guys. How much is live streaming? Because I know social media is always a big part, or should be a big part of your social media strategy or your marketing strategy. So how much has Periscope become a part of that strategy? Or live or Blab, any type of live streaming. So what's the percentage? Is it like 50%?
I haven't done too much periscoping. I've been mostly just focused on Blab. And I think it's just because of the stuff that I tend to talk about. I've noticed when I do periscopes, I don't tend to get more technical people into my periscopes. So it just doesn't seem like the audience was fitting my topic. And so that's what I've sort of moved over here for, like startups and tech and that sort of stuff. Go ahead. Sorry. No,
go. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm trying to do it more and more and more. And I think in the new year, I'm gonna take it to the next level and go every day, every other day. Try to use it a lot. Even just taking a half hour or an hour out of my day to just focus on it, talk to people, and build some networking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that what I've found with Periscope and social, let me make sure I understand your question first. Your question was how much, like what percentage of your marketing strategy incorporates things like social media?
Incorporates live streaming.
Gotcha. So it's actually interesting. In my particular case, social media and live streaming particularly are really, really effective ways to like bring people in. And I saw that firsthand when I did Scope Out America, when I did a bunch of my other shows and stuff like that. But the thing is that for me personally, Periscope, Blab, these social media sites have always just been a hobby. Yeah. So it's at first I was thinking like, maybe I should like do more to try to make it more business oriented and all this other kind of stuff. And as I started to do that, I was like, there is something you lose when you make it so businessy and professional. And there's something to be said for just enjoying yourself on the medium. It's a great opportunity to basically network. Like Figueroa, the realtor in here just a minute ago, Sonia. She would be somebody who understands the value of an open house and seeing the people face to face. Coming in and building rapport and hanging out with them. I see Periscope, live streaming, Blab, things of this nature as a really great opportunity for people to get to know each other, build rapport, build relationships, and kind of dispense with the like.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. No one wants to jump into a Blab and think they're being sold something. It just seems like it's a social thing. We all want to meet each other and talk and hang out and share really good ideas and bounce things back and forth off each other. You don't want to be in there in a sales pitch. And
exactly,
it just doesn't seem like that's the purpose.
And how often are you going through the list on Periscope and it's like everything looks like it's a sales pitch or like like a house, not right. But like everything's a sales pitch. Everything's a like life coach.
Come on, or a body wrap company. I actually have to being on
I'm sorry.
Periscope for a minute because it just drove me crazy. I said, if someone gives me one more damn social media tip, I don't want a tip. I want to get to know you.
Right.
I'm good with the tips. Like I can figure this out. I got it.
And you know what?
I just want to see somebody live their life. Like I want to see you climb that mountain. Like
Yeah.
I want to see that.
You know what? And that's, you're absolutely right. And that's how
what I wanna see.
that's how live streaming needs to be used. It needs to be used as a way to give people intimate access to a person's life that kind of bridges the gap. Like, you know what I found? This is just personal. This is totally personal. I found that my experience on Periscope has connected me to a lot of people who in the normal world walking around outside, and I'm from LA, so it might have something to do with it. But walking around outside, you don't get to see this side of people. You don't get to see the side that people are willing to like reveal when they have this like false barrier between themselves and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
People very safe getting onto to these sorts of platforms and exposing themselves. Real quick, one other thing is that the other thing is that people don't actually understand how, on the other side of that coin, dangerous it can be. You know what I mean? Like suddenly we feel so comfortable revealing so much of ourselves, and like between your position on the planet to like intimate details about what you like, what you don't like, your opinions, the gossip, all this other kind of stuff.
I never understood why people cry on Periscope. I just never understood. I never got that. Like, why are you crying?
Yeah,
but us? You don't even know us.
For a lot of people, this is one of their most direct points of contact to true intimacy, or to a truer intimacy with other people, because they're so like, you walk outside and you got to be cool. You got to like know what to say. You got to look right. You got to do everything right. You get on here, and if you mess up, you shut it down. You just close the program down.
Right.
It helps people open up a lot more. You know, like you said, between that false barrier between you and them, you know, people who would not normally approach you out in public or do whatever, you could kind of do that through here, which is nice. But, you know, you're right. It's also dangerous at times, depending on how much you're sharing. It's much more real than people think. It's simultaneously more real and more fake at the same time. It's a very strange because the real side of it is that you are learning true things about people. You are gaining a more intimate access to their life. But on the other side, it's like you could manufacture whatever it is that you're putting out, or you could just like show one part of your life. You could thin slice it, and they'll just get that part of your life. And that's what everyone, you know, and you can sort of create this falseness about you, where someone thinks, oh, they do XYZ all the time, or, you know, because that's always what they're periscoping, but, you know, maybe that's not really who you are in real life, you know? So
exactly.
Yeah, totally.
So it's an interesting little world to kind of see play out. And
it's so fun though. Isn't it? It's just so much fun.
Man, when I first started periscoping, man, it was around the clock obsession.
Yeah, it is.
I had to start to like make rules for myself, like every other day and stuff like that, because it was just going crazy.
I have a lot of fun periscoping from New York City.
That's
so I'll go like into Times Square, and I'll periscope from Times Square. And it's crazy. I'll get 100 people in a second. Like, you know, as soon as you go live, they just start rolling in. It's so cool.
You put in Times Square, New York City. I remember I did that. And it just like blew up.
Yeah.
People want to see. There are a couple towns. They want to see New York City. They want to see Paris. You show up and you put one of those towns on camera. Done. Everybody's going to be watching.
It's really cool. It's hard to turn that over into actual followers, though, I feel like. That's one thing. Right. I know. And, you know, I've asked a couple times, but, you know, like I said, I don't take Periscope too seriously for what I do. So it's mostly just been fun. But I feel like if you don't ask, they're in and they're out, you know, as soon as your session's over.
Yeah. I'm shameless. I get on there and I'm just like, hey guys, I'm Raymond. By the way, that number right there, be sure to hit that number. Tap that like button, tap that follow button. It's a fun ride. Dial M for makeup. How are you?
Hi everyone.
Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Hi Tiger. Thank you for inviting me in.
I wanted to give a few minutes for everybody to talk about themselves. So I met Michelle by accident. She came to my scope. She's a lifesaver in every way. She's also a professional makeup artist, so definitely introduce yourself, Michelle.
Hello, and I love red wine. So I always go with wine. Okay, sorry, I'm looking kind of pale and pasty right now because I was about to go on Periscope and talk about my makeup a little bit. So it's nice to meet you. I'm sorry, Andrew and Raymond, I can't see you from my computer. It says audio only.
Oh, really?
Because I'm currently eating.
Hopefully it'll pick back up.
Go ahead. So I met Tiger on the Periscope early on. I think I started Periscoping in May, June.
Yeah.
And was one of the first Periscoping about real beauty for real women, like how to get your makeup on quickly and easily. And what I do here in Orange County, I'm a makeup artist, and I do eyelash extensions. And lately I've been expanding my business to do workshops and classes to teach women, bring your makeup, and I'm going to show you how to put it on your face and use it efficiently. So
how do you promote that class? Like, you know, getting people in to show them how to do that. How did you promote that from the start?
Okay, that's been a little difficult because I've been reaching out to my friends and my clients, and it's kind of been hit or miss. But lately, through the holiday boutique rounds, because I actually launched a line of brushes based on what I do, and actually, thank you to my Periscope viewers. They were the ones asking me, how do I find brushes? And I realized, I'm like, well, none of my brushes are from Sephora because all these ladies go to Sephora and spend way too much money on brushes, but us makeup artists don't. And then the other thing was they were telling me they were going to Amazon. So I took a look at Amazon and I was like, well, holy shit, there's no way to know what to actually buy from a picture. Right. And some of the like really low end cheap brush sets, I know like they don't do the job that I want them to do. So I know that's a huge hang up for women, is just not being able to use the right tools or not knowing how to use the right tools. So I was able to launch my brush line that I'm working on expanding with more products for 2016. But I've been doing the rounds of holiday boutiques, and I'm getting like a lot of interest because women they're curious. But I feel like, you know, it's something they say hi, they get to know me. But I feel like to really tell them, I tell them what I do, and they're really interested in like, yeah, I would really like to sit down and actually learn how to do my makeup rather than like just buy it and take it home. So I'm still working on that outreach there.
Do you notice people are putting their makeup on wrong all the time, or are they doing it okay?
Since I do work in that industry, I do tend to look at that. And yes, I do see, not just doing it wrong, but I feel like a lot of women, they come to me and they say, I've been doing my makeup the same way, or I know that everyone buys the big palette, and then they tell me they only use the browns. So I help them get out of their makeup ruts, basically. To illustrate right is too little or too much. That's correct. But also I think what I do too is like take the intimidation out of being able to wear makeup and help women feel confident. I've actually had a lot of viewers write to me, tweet to me, or tell me in my scope that they're getting more compliments. They feel really good because they've noticed, and their coworkers and their friends notice the difference in their makeup since they watch my scopes. So that's cool. That's a little validation.
Very cool.
Cool. Good for you.
So what would you say, just for the sake of my curiosity, do you ever pitch, and if you do, how would you ever pitch a woman who just chooses not to wear makeup, who just doesn't really like wearing makeup?
That's a good question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Am I talking to Andrew or Raymond? Because I can't see you guys.
Oh, you're talking to Raymond.
That was Raymond. Asked that. Okay. But I think we're both interested.
You know, that's an interesting question, because every now and then I do get, like, I was at a party a couple weekends ago, and a couple ladies were just like so interested and all over me, like, oh, we want to know what you do. And another one was standing there with her arms crossed saying, I don't like wearing makeup. I don't like when people do that, because it's kind of like okay, who gave you the haterade today? But there's like, I do run into that a lot. But I just told her, well, everyone needs to do makeup. It's just for yourself. It's just for yourself. Yeah. It helps women feel more confident. Actually, I get that question a lot from men who they'll pop into my stream, or if I happen to, I don't know, be at a network meeting or something, they're like, you don't need makeup, or why do women wear makeup? And they're real negative about it. And I just tell, we don't do it to impress men. We do it to make ourselves look better and feel better. Yeah. And that part is really important.
And I have to say, you make a great point, because now I think a lot of men are gonna have to wear makeup. If you're gonna be on live stream, I'm serious. I've seen some male celebrities wear makeup, and they have to enhance. Yeah, they have to enhance their look. They have to.
This is true. And I've only had a few haters and trolls, but I have a lot of men who watch my stream, and they'll type there. I'm like, I don't know why I'm watching, but I'm just fascinated. And eventually they'll ask, what can I do about the circles under my eyes? So I've got tricks for men too. And I do skincare streams, because taking care of their skin is really important too. So men understand that, or at least the ones who come in and watch, they're starting to understand. Because I think that skincare education, it's not really been huge for men, a feminine thing to do. But you're right, Tiger, with HGTV and streaming, men have to be just as conscious about their looks.
Their looks, yeah.
So
that was a really awesome answer. Really appreciated it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm going to have Greg jump in, if that's okay.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Hey, have a nice evening. Thank you.
All right. Oh, whoa, Greg.
Boom.
He was ready. He's like,
what's happening, guys?
What's up, Greg?
Sorry, Tiger. I'm not in my house. Usually I scope from
That's okay.
my home theater, but my nieces are Christmas shopping with my credit card.
There you go. They know how to shop.
Yeah,
they know how to shop.
What my niece just told me. You can't look, Uncle. So that means she must have bought me something with my credit card. That's what happens when you're 13 or 15 children. You're the only successful one. You take care of the children.
So
hey,
guys, for those of you who don't know, Greg is actually going to be another speaker at the Periscope Summit, and it's really great that he's here today. And Greg will explain more about what he does.
I'm known as the Big Dreamer. I come from Columbus, Ohio. I retired 10 years ago at 39 in the restaurant business. Yeah, I'm the only one in my family history on either side to make it past the 9th grade. I raised my 2 nieces. My daughter's 27. Their mother is sitting right beside me. They're my sister, number 15. So I've succeeded everywhere in my life. And Periscope has changed my life. It's funny, you guys are talking about people selling things on Periscope. If I see one more person put up how I can take you from working at McDonald's to making, I love this word, 6 figures, 7 figures. Listen, when I'm setting in my almost 10,000 square foot home on a golf course, that's my golf course, I can kind of tell when some guy's setting on a bucket in his parents' basement, talking about I can take you to 6 figures.
Yeah.
And if I see that woman, I hate that, because when I give my daily inspiration, motivation, I tell people, I don't get up and go to work anymore. I haven't done that since I was 39. I turned 50 tomorrow. My nieces can tell you, I wake up, thank you. I worked hard. My first 3 years in my business, I worked 7 days a week from open to close for 3.5 years. My wife worked 1.5 years. My nieces here, they can tell you, they hear it all the time. So I hear people talk all this hustle and grind stuff you hear. I tell them to shut up. You don't know what hustle is. When you tell me, hey, Big Dreamer, I hustle because I worked 70 hours this week. My wife would say my husband worked 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month for 3.5 years without a day off. Without a day off. That's hustle. And don't tell me you work a part-time job at JCPenney's on a Saturday, but you hustle, you get your grind on. No, you don't. No, you don't. So I'm sick and tired of these people. I was speaking yesterday, giving the 3 C's of success, my 3 C's. And people said, what are you selling? I said, I don't sell anything. And they're like, but why are we on here then? I said, should I sell something? If you want me to sell something, I'll sell you a hat. This is the Big Dreamer. I'll sell you something. But it's amazing how these people on Periscope are just, it's all this, I call it fluff and sliminess, you know, and it's all that 6-figure, 7-figure things. And it just bugs the crap. And you guys are the first person that ever talked about that. Like when I see Tiger, I love her because she lets you into her life. There's a guy that Tiger and I like called Mario Armstrong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's on the Today Show a lot. He's on the Today Show, but I was watching him. He was getting a Christmas tree with his mom last week. And yesterday he was talking about his Christmas party, that when you come to his Christmas party, you have to give money to a charity. And he's making all these little goofy masks and putting on. Yeah. And it's funny because people said the same thing. What are you selling? What do you do? And he's like, I'm not selling anything. I'm just picking up a tree with my mom. I hate this. There's nothing wrong with money because I love money. I love money. People say, well, you shouldn't love money so much because it's the root of all evil. I say, no, the lack of money is the root of all evil. I love money, but these people, these false prophets, whatever they want to call them, trying to tell you that I can take you from the big dreamer state of Ohio and take you from frying chicken at Popeyes to living in $1 million home in 3 months. Just buy my program. And it was $497, but for this week only, it's $47.
Greg,
$97, but it's $47. I hate that. So thank you guys for saying that. And I'm excited, but Periscope has changed my life so much because I just started speaking 14 months ago at Toastmasters. I have a book coming out about my life that's being written by a New York Times bestselling author in San Diego, California. And I've already gotten 3 speaking gigs. I'm speaking in Jamaica through the school system there. I'm speaking in Tampa, Florida through the school system there. And these are all paid gigs. So Periscope is really, I'm getting calls in weekly about, Fortune 500 companies, the Kroger company who's here in Ohio. I'm going to speak to their employees. Periscope has helped me a lot, and I'm not selling one dang thing.
So I have a question for you, Greg.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, your specialty is franchising, right?
No, that's what I did all my life.
Oh, okay.
I just teach people how to dream big, how to take that next step forward. Because think about it, if I can do it 1 of 15 children, if I can have everything that a human being could ever want, then how can how can't you have it coming from a nice family, maybe having a degree or something? I had the privilege to meet Dave Thomas, who started Wendy's when I was in the 7th grade, an 8th grade dropout. Whoa. And he came to me. My wife and I grew up in the inner city of Columbus, and we were actually the only people that you see that look like us in our neighborhood. So Dave Thomas came to what they call the urban schools, and he saw me sitting there, and I thought, success was only for someone who went to a Ivy League school. And when he looked at me, he says, young man, why do you look at me that way? And I said, well, we see you rich white guys come in here all the time, and you just talk about things, but this isn't for us. And he looked at me, he says, I heard you have a big family. I said, I have 14 brothers and sisters. He said, do you know I dropped out at 8th grade and I'm an orphan? So right there, that told me something that maybe I can get something. And then I had other mentors, and then I just took off. But I speak about just how to live your dreams, how to say yes instead of saying no, how to say you can instead of saying you can't. Because so many people out there don't think. At Tiger, I tell the story about one of my friends who worked, I went to high school with. She dropped out of 10th grade because she had 2 kids. At 39 years old, she was working in a warehouse. I saw her crying one day. I said, what's wrong with you? She said, Greg, you know what I want to do? I want to be a teacher. So at 39, and I said, well, why don't you go do that? She said, because I'll be 45, 46 years old. It took me 2 years to convince her to get her GED and then go to a community college. Wow. Right now, she's not a teacher. She's a principal at the high school that we went to.
That's amazing.
She called me a month ago and says, hey, big dreamer, you put it in me. I'm going that next step. Guess what I'm going to do? I said, don't tell me you're going to own a chicken franchise. She says, no, I'm running for the Columbus Public Schools Superintendent of Schools.
Wow.
At 39, she thought her life was over. So that's what I do. I encourage people. I get people to believe in themselves with my story, because if I can do it, it's no BS. Well, it is kind of BS. Go ahead, Tiger.
No, nothing. I'm sorry.
No, I tell people I do have BS in my life. It's called a belief system. Because when you can believe in yourself and you can do everything, this little girl right here, my baby niece who was born to my 15th sibling right here. Come on, say hello, Casey. Say hello. They're embarrassed. But they understand that they have a belief system that if their uncle can do it, then why can't we? So that's why I get on Periscope 2 to 3 times a day, and I just try to help people. And I just hate when people say, "What do you have to sell?" You know,
Greg.
I'm not selling. Only thing I'm selling is the belief system in you. That's the only thing I ask people to do is just believe in yourself. If you do that, because I almost lost my life 2 years ago. These little girls right here, my nieces sat there and cried because I got a sore on my foot. I'm a lifelong diabetic. I was told I was going to lose my hip, my leg up to my hip. I only lost part of my right foot. So I don't know when my last day is going to be. I can't wait till my book comes out so I can meet Tiger in New York. I don't know what my last breath is. So I have to inspire people every single day. When I wake up, my wife says, "Baby, who are you going to inspire? Is it that cart boy that works at Walmart? Is it the greeter at the Walmart? Is it someone at a chicken place that you're going to get chicken, but they think that they can't be anything other than a fry cook?" So that's my daily goal, is to inspire someone, to make someone's life a little bit better, to help people understand that success is not only for the elite. It's for a little fat white kid from the Columbus, Ohio area with 14 brothers and sisters. And it's for every dang one of us.
Greg, I grew up not too far from you. I grew up right around Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. You're 3 hours away?
Yeah, I relocated out to Connecticut, and I've been working in New York City for the past 2 years.
Sweet, man.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys letting me on here. I'm sorry in my car, but like I said, my nieces are using their uncle's credit card.
No problem.
And it is funny because they said, I don't want that silver one. I said it's platinum. They always say, I want that black one. I want that black card.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. And Tiger, I love you with all my heart.
Oh, no problem.
Tiger's the best.
Great. Thanks for joining.
Let's all thank Tiger.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
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 That was definitely.
There's always like an awkward silence, like
as someone's trying to drop off.
Always an awkward silence.
That was great hearing Greg talk. That was awesome.
Hey, what's up, Michelle?
Hey.
Raymond, your face was hilarious.
Wait, when?
Through all of it.
Through the whole thing?
I'm not surprised. This is the naked guy.
He can't hear us. What's up, naked guy?
What's up, naked guy?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm actually awesome. I'm just happy to be home for holidays, so I'm in a great spirit.
Very
good,
cool,
good,
very
man.
cool,
That's
man.
good.
Raymond, you're in LA though. That's kind of crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whereabouts are you? I hear you work for TMZ, my friend.
Yes, man. It's pretty tough because it's one of them things where it's a show that we're kind of just trying. It's our first season, so it's one of them in between ones. So I did the job already. We just finished it. He's got me on like a couple week break, and then if everything works out, we'll be shooting season 2.
Is it a segment or is it a new show?
No, it's actually a new show. It's a celebrity game show. It's called South of Wilshire. And what I did was I was like the field producer. So I pretty much I was a field producer and a location scout.
Yeah.
Everything all the content that's going to be on the show, I pretty much found. Every story.
Amazing.
Anybody that's got questions, I pretty much found everything. So
are you ever doing the post side producing?
You mean like
producing with the editors and stuff like that?
Well, I want to. They wanted me to do paparazzi. I'm gonna be honest. That's not really my forte.
Gotcha.
So I told them I'd rather just take a break and wait till season 2.
Sure.
They want me to do like production assistant. As you know, PAs don't make enough money to really live in LA.
Correct. Yeah.
And I'll be working about 50 hours a week, just not really able to kind of make it happen. So I decided to just kind of step away until season 2, because like I said, the job I'm doing now, they pay me enough to make a living, and my hours aren't ridiculous and stuff like that. So I wasn't trying to go backwards.
You gotta hit me up when you get back out to LA, man.
No, I'm serious, because that's really I'm an artist, so that's why I really wanted to go out there, and I would love to contact you and do lunch or something and just pick y'all brain. I love to learn about new things that I don't know about. So
absolutely, it'd be great, man.
You guys,
they got you field producing for TMZ, man.
Why? But
that's awesome.
My mom was telling me
you break some great stuff.
My mom was telling me you do movies and all kinds of stuff.
He's about to go and climb a mountain in Peru, and he's gonna watch him.
That's it.
He better scope it.
Are you on
That's
Periscope?
the only reason I get on on Periscope is to watch people do cool things. That's how I met Tiger.
Hi, Tiger. Hi,
It was
Andrew.
actually, you guys have. She was actually one of my contest winners.
Right.
Really?
Awesome. Very cool.
That's cool.
Very cool.
No,
That was
my mom
funny.
got me doing a lot of the Periscope stuff as well. It's really good for my brand though, and just me being young, I look like I'm older just because I'm on it. Most of them aren't really. They don't understand. People my generation aren't really. They're not hip yet. So it's pretty cool that I'm a trendsetter because of this woman.
Very cool. Very
That's
cool.
awesome. Did we just lose Tiger?
Good lady.
No,
We did
I'm
lose
here.
Tiger.
I'm right here.
We now rule the
Raymond,
world.
Raymond, I'll get your contact. I look forward to meeting you when I get back to LA.
Absolutely, my
Nice
friend.
talking to you
Yeah,
guys.
nice talking to you too.
All right,
Tiger,
and
we can't
Tiger,
see
I'm not
Tiger.
sure if you can hear me.
Yes, I
but
can
it
hear
was
you.
nice. Oh, awesome! It was nice meeting you, and I'll hopefully I'll meet you guys in person one day.
Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Tiger, where are you?
I'm still
Yeah.
here.
We don't see you.
Show without us seeing you.
Oh, you can't see me? That's
No, there's an
none of
open
us can.
seat according to
I
us.
can see you fine. Let me log in again. Hold on.
Okay. I was about to be like, taking over, everybody.
You know what, Jeremy? The Periscope Summit is in San Fran. You could maybe drive through there. I had a
Yeah.
I
That
wish
would
I
be
could come
awesome.
to San Fran so bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that would be so awesome, Andrew.
I love San Francisco so much.
San Fran is an amazing city. It's kind of like a
Can you
it
see
feels
me,
a
guys?
little more like East Coast /
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, time is up. I want to finish it with one question, okay, guys?
Sure.
If you remember the movie that just came out recently with Ron Howard,
Don't spoil it. The Heart of
that's
the Sea.
it, The Heart of the Sea. All right, so The Heart of the Sea. If you remember, it costed almost $100 million, the entire movie, and within what
Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
the Whale movie, The Whale.
Oh, yes, the Moby Dick movie.
Yeah. And then they only made within 1 weekend $10 million. So they have a long way to go. A long way to go to make the money.
Wow.
So what's the question?
The question is, do you think Periscope, Blab, I mean, just live streaming in general can actually be a huge game changer regarding on maybe spending less, especially with budget, and replacing it with live streaming?
Right. Now you're talking to somebody who works very heavily.
I think this guy needs. I think he needs to answer, right? Raymond, am I pointing to you?
This
Or-
is like I'm in this question according to you.
This is your realm right here.
All right. Let me open it up on this because, like, here's the thing. The first thing you got to realize is that you're actually what you're talking about, Tiger. You're referring to the opening weekend box office, which is probably also just domestic. And I'm looking at Box Office Mojo right now. It puts it at $11,053,366. Now, here's something that is there are two things that we have to keep in mind. The first thing is that when we're talking about box office, a lot of times we are talking about domestic box office. And if anybody were to go on a Box Office Mojo right now, you would see that the domestic is 15 million. Okay, whatever. Like that's like we haven't made back the cost of the film. Also keep in mind that you can't just make back the cost of the film, you have to make back the marketing. But secondly, guess how much the foreign guess how much we made on foreign income for that film?
That's what I'm saying.
$41 million.
Oh wow.
Oh, good.
Okay, so it's very misleading when we're talking about that's the total lifetime gross to date, lifetime, just foreign. So the thing is, if you look at the worldwide gross, the movie has been out for how many weeks now? It's been in release for 7 days, 1 week. It's made a worldwide total of $56,135,095.
Wow.
1 week.
That's not bad.
It's very misleading. It's very misleading. Now, it's true that the film, if it costs $100 million, it's still going to have to quadruple what it just made. But we're only 7 days into it.
She actually more talented than Dino.
What sound is that? Michelle, can you mute your sound? I think it's your end.
Is it?
If we include,
Yeah,
there's some noise
there's
coming
noise
from somebody's
coming in
background.
back.
Oh no, like I never heard none of these songs, bro. I heard
Better. Yeah, better.
There we go.
So to kind of wrap up what I'm saying is that yes, it's a little bit. It sounds like the movie only made $11 million and it cost $100 million. but you have to put it into perspective. That was 11 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't include foreign, didn't include more temporal, like a more temporal timeline or a more long-term timeline. Over time, the movie will probably make back the money. Now, I don't know if that's considered a success for the company, the production company and the distributors that actually put it out. Like if give it like a year or something like that, if it'll actually be considered a success to them. Mm-hmm. But you also have to keep in mind that a lot of times you have to remember that there are negotiations that occur in back-end deals. What this means is that the people who are working on the films, when they negotiate their contracts, they are also negotiating earning income on the profit of the project. Those are called back-end points. When you make money on the success of the film, like you're not just a work for hire. You're not just making money. Like you don't just get paid like, $1 million to work on the film as a lead actor or something like that.
Right.
You're also negotiating back-end, which means that as the film makes more and more money, you make a percentage of that. You also determine whether that's net or gross profits and stuff like that. So anyway, the point is that the producers, the distributors, and the companies that are responsible for the books and stuff like that have to keep in mind that the more money that the film makes, the more they have to pay people. So what does that tell you? There's a motivation not to
go crazy with it.
Go crazy with how much money you make.
I'm glad you bring that point up, Raymond, because it's funny. I'm in the middle right now. We just bought the rights to a book.
Sure.
My organization, and we're working. You're familiar with Hill Harper?
I recognize the name.
Yeah, he's an actor. So we have Hill Harper. We have Tommy Oliver, who was the producer of this movie that just came out. It did really well. I think it's The Perfect Stranger or something like that with Sanaa.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
He produced that. And another person who wants to be in the movie is, because it's a racing movie, is Hamilton, the Formula One driver.
Okay.
Right now, we're in the middle of, we secured the rights to the book, which is something we've been teaching since forever. And everything that you're talking, I was in New York a couple weeks back, and we just kind of, all of us sat down together to kind of have that exact same conversation as to what this looks like, the back end deal. I'm an executive producer on it, and what that would look like. And so it was just like, and we had a lawyer there, and they were just really explaining, because this is the first time that I'm working on a feature film. I've done a couple documentaries and stuff for the racing school. As a matter of fact, we're working on another documentary now. But so it was important. I'm sitting there just listening to you, like, because I was in that meeting, like, clueless. Like not understanding. One thing that's great is that we have the book, right? We have the rights to the book. I have it for 2 years.
So you've optioned it.
Right, I optioned it. I have it for a year, and then I have the first right of refusal for the second year.
Okay.
Or whatever. And then we have the writers, so the script is being written right now. And then we have a couple actors tied to it, which is important. Hill's a great actor. Matter of fact, Hill, you'll see him on Christmas Day with Will Smith in the movie Conscious Minds, is it? Or the
Concussion.
movie?
I think you're talking about Concussion, right?
Concussion, I'm sorry. In Concussion. So Hill is in that movie. He plays one of the doctors with Will Smith in that movie. So Hill is in there. So I have a couple actors that are tied to it already, but I know it's just such a huge, process. Or I'm learning now that it is a huge process. So we're probably about 8 months into the process now, and we're just starting to write the script.
Yeah, it's huge. Development can take its sweet time. You want to make sure that you have very talented writers who also know how to work quickly, understand structure, understand characters, getting that thing moving, because adapting a story like that, adapting a story in general, can pose certain types of challenges which can hold you up. And if you are working against an option deadline, you need to make sure that you guys are moving very quickly, because you're right now, it sounds like you're very invested in the development of it, and you still have to get certain things in place in order for your option to actually not fall out from under you.
Right. It's a period piece, which makes it tougher. So it's from 1924 to 1936. It's like the first Negro Leagues of racing. that nobody even knows existed. But it was.
And you know what? I can already tell just listening to you, this movie is going to have multiple locations. It's going to be outdoors. All that stuff drives the cost of the production up. It's you've taken on a challenging project for a first project.
It's very challenging. As it'll only have one location. Actually, it'll be filmed in Indianapolis at the Indianapolis Fairgrounds. The fairgrounds are luckily still there.
Okay.
But you're right. It is a challenge. I mean, just finding the cars for that period is
exactly, and not just any car for that period. Specific kinds of cars, the race cars.
Wow.
Michelle, I think you got it. You're gonna take this one home.
Wow.
That's why I was just sitting there listening to you, Raymond, like, okay. No, thank you for the and Tiger, thanks for that question.
Yeah, I thought it was very important. Just to
actually, I think that Rain's pointing out we may have actually like deviated from the actual question. Was the question actually was, if I remember correctly, and I have to take like the blame for actually deviating, but the question was if does it make sense? Correct me if I'm wrong. Does it make sense to invest more into live streaming than into maybe these large tentpole films?
Yeah, because traditional filmmaking costs a ton of money because of the production. Yeah. You got to hire staff and everything. But then live streaming, it's really simple. You just need your phone, your iPad, something, or your Samsung or whatever it is, and just start filmmaking in a way, not expensive a budget, but in a very inexpensive budget.
To directly answer what you're saying, there's a place for both of them. There's a place for both of them to exist. And here's the thing. Live streaming as it exists right now is going to serve more effectively for advertisers and stuff of this nature. You're not going to get a box office from live streaming. Yeah. So it's going to be more advantageous for advertisers to adopt it as an additional option to contemporary advertising. And what will happen is that the market is going to determine whether or not you invest more into the live streaming medium or into conventional branding advertisements or direct sales advertisements on television or in print or anywhere else. I think that it's going to, we have so many different forms of distributing advertising at this point, but you still see paper advertisements. You still see some of the original advertising mediums up in the world. And I think that that's a testament to the fact that it's still effective. So I don't think that you're going to see any of the old stuff being replaced necessarily, but you will see a lot more moving into this realm if it proves to be financially viable, which it does in some cases when you have people who know what they're doing. And I can say that because when I repped eHarmony this past summer on my project and we developed that sponsorship, we saw a 223% return on their investment for our project. Amazing. Analytics documenting all this kind of stuff. So we can see directly how what we did influenced their sales through the strategy that my partner and I developed to actually do this. Right. And so it's going to be a tough sell because everybody says that they know how to do it, but really whether you know how to do it is going to be dependent on proving it, proof of concept, real world proof of concept, and then secondly, actually going out and selling that's a thing. Because a lot of people can pitch and sell. Yeah. Like a lot of people can say, oh, I know how to do this, and they can get a sponsorship. Yeah. But it's a different thing getting a sponsorship and successfully turning around and delivering a 223% ROI, for example. Yeah.
That's when your phone starts blowing up and everybody's got to try to cut it down.
That's true. I've intentionally flown under the radar. So
Erica did a whole video on Periscope, and then she aired it at what show it was, some BET show, but she aired the video. But the day before, she filmed an entire video on Periscope, just downloaded it, and it's her video. Wow. So how much cost did she cut? So I can see it working great for, music, because there's not a big budget. There's not money in music the way that they're used to. Nobody has that budget anymore.
Yeah, live streaming is going to be a great place for the influencers that the marketers keep looking for to sell stuff to. And the reason why is because what live streaming and this kind of stuff is going to do is it's going to open up a new demographic for influencers. So, for example, you have YouTube influencers who obviously do a good job of selling themselves in pre-recorded video. You have Twitter influencers who do a great job of selling themselves in 140 characters. Live streaming is going to enable influencers who are really good on camera, talking, interacting, reading many comments, and still being engaging. These are the people, like, it's going to open up the world to those people. They don't reading
the comments is hard enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And being able to like respond with something meaningful for as many as you can. That alone is hard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, guys. I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Tiger.
Thank you, Tiger, for having us. And thank you, Andrew and Michelle and everybody else who was in here. You guys are amazing.
It's nice to meet everybody.
Great.
Yeah.
Sorry, my son flashed you guys.
Yeah.
That's okay. Tiger, let's hang out soon.
Yeah, I just want to mention one more thing. Our Periscope Summit's coming up in January next month. You can still purchase it. I'll tweet it out really soon tonight. And feel free to join Branding Globally through Periscope. It's a Facebook group with Michelle Martin right here. She's the one who created it. Also, feel free to join IRENVIVO, Ear and Vivo, which means going live, where I am trying to get anybody who are blabbers, YouNowers, Fire Talk, whoever it is, to join in and share their content on Facebook and talk to other people who are in different using apps. And tomorrow, join me at 10:40 a.m. I will be on Rebel Creatives, where we'll be talking about different subjects tomorrow, and that'll be tomorrow at 10:40 a.m. Thank you guys for joining me. Enjoy your day.
Have a great evening. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience members, for being here. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys. You're speaking to the audience.
There's one of my nieces there.
Hey, Brian.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I didn't mean to scare you if I scared you about...
What? Who's stalking my kids? Wait a minute. It was Brian in the comments.
You said you did your son's homework, so I wanted to
many
just...
papers while they were hungover in college.
I get it.
Like 15-page paper. I'm like, dude, just find something. Cite. I don't understand what these.
That's all it's about, is citing.
Cite it. Write what you think about it. Cite again. Cite for 10 papers worth.
Can I give a little input onto the video?
Yep.
Okay, don't worry so much about quality as long as your face is shown, you're speaking to the camera, and you're seen. You can get it if you have a Mac and you have iMovie. Doing a green screen is really easy. You can take and just get green cloth from the material store. You know where you get some. Just get green cloth, and you can easily take the background out of it and put your logo or your book or whatever you want in the background.
It has some kind of quality because you want it to be clear. So
clear.
I have a green screen ordered now.
Yeah, clear is great. But the
that way, when you cut it out, you could really see.
Yeah, and if he's on a Mac, the video there is good enough. I mean, Tiger One's video right now would be very acceptable. You're too dark, Michelle.
Yeah, it's where I'm at. But
the lighting that's only because the light is hitting right on me. That's why.
Yeah, your background is very distracting, Greg.
Yeah, Greg has to be plain.
That's my theater. My theater is the light behind me.
Okay.
It's too much light.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying you don't have to, as long as your voice is heard and you're speaking to the camera and it doesn't lag, you're fine. We're done with the days of hiring the production crew and the.
Yes.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
That's what I love about Periscope. I was so fearful to get on there, and now I love Periscope because it shows real people.
Yeah.
How they are. You know, and now that was my fear. I guess that's why I haven't done a YouTube video. My friends have been trying to get me for the past year to make one. And I guess that's what my fear is. But I could speak 3 times a day. I just spoke for an hour yesterday. I had 385 people in my scope. My wife says, how could you speak for an hour at 385 people, but you can't make a YouTube video? I said, it's been a year. I can't.
Download your Periscope video with hearts and comments and everything and throw it up on your YouTube page.
There is also.
Huh?
So Greg,
Yes.
before I really got to get going.
Okay.
But everybody can continue on after me. But I wanted to say, before the Periscope Summit, it's already December 18th. You have less than a month. The website has to get polished up a little bit better, and have some headshots of you, very beautiful photos of you. I would say one headshot and one body shot, so that way people can see what you look like. A suit is preferable, but then you could have maybe one casual and one suit. Maybe
I don't wear suits. I don't wear suits.
So then, so
Get rid
your
of the baseball
outfit.
cap.
Okay,
it's fine.
This is me.
Okay, and then and then after cleaning up the website, let me know if you want me to get my developer to do it. And okay, yeah. And also after that, I need you to also make a landing page to put into your book, so that when people, do you have email contact list already set up or no?
No, see, that's why I need to know, because my friend said, Greg, there's no contact list.
So you need to start setting up. You need to start setting up an email contact list. I'll have to send you a link through Lead Pages, and you can sign up through there.
Okay.
What basically is
you know what's crazy is WordPress does all of that.
Yeah, WordPress does it, but the thing is, with the difference between Lead Pages, is that Lead Pages, not only the fact that you collect all the leads, but you also have more higher rate of number of people actually sending their email information, sending their first name, last name, and email. And that way you can collect all that, and then that'll be your list of growing for more people to know more about your work,
Okay.
So that would be the best too, so that you can spread the word more about it. And that's through guerrilla marketing too.
Site up now.
And what else?
Working on the other side.
I think that's pretty much it. Website and email
I'm going to have
list.
my website done this week, Tiger. I'm going to get a hold of your guy. I'm going to make sure we can try to get it done. If he
All
can't,
right, I'll just send you his.
Hire someone to do it.
Yeah, I'll send you his. I'll send you his information. I'll send you his information.
I really
but you have
appreciate
to.
it,
You have to talk to him on the Skype calls and make sure you get everything done. So yeah,
that's what
if it's yeah. Go ahead.
They don't need. I said, what's good about web developers is they don't need to be right there with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
If he's in New York, and I don't know where you at. You guys can. The work can still get done. It's not even an issue.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I'll send you his email
you on Periscope, and I'll find you on Twitter. So if you have any questions, you can. I'm not on Periscope as much as I used to be. I was a total straight up addict. That's how I met Tiger.
That's how I met Tiger.
But
see, I don't know social media. I don't know social media. On social media, I'm at Greg Inspires on Twitter, but my Periscope is at the Big Dreamer.
At the Big Dreamer.
Yeah, that's how Tiger knows. See, I don't know social media. I didn't know you're supposed to keep it all the same.
Yeah. I think I mentioned that to you, right?
You did.
Try to make it.
You were the first person.
Yeah, make sure your website, your Twitter, your Blab, your Facebook, your Instagram, all the same name.
Responsive too.
If you change one name with the other name,
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
But Greg, if you have any questions or anything, definitely feel free to contact me. This is just what I do. But I do it for brands.
Okay.
And for my husband. My husband is a client, and then I do it for brands.
And then that prompter link I posted, you can actually use that to take notes. It's actually a computerized teleprompter for you.
That's cool.
You can actually paste text into there and play with it a little bit.
I like that. I'm going to write that down too.
You can now be Barack Obama on reading the teleprompter.
So what is it?
Hey guys,
that would be good.
My laptop died. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
So that's pretty much it. What I can tell you guys. Just the website and also landing page for to grow your email contact list.
Okay.
And that have it done before your Periscope.
I'm going to have it done as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That was my plan,
make it
to make
simple.
sure I get out there and everything's in order.
Yep.
Yeah, make it simple. Make sure it works for all the 3 devices. I mean, I'm sorry, the laptop, the phone, and iPad. So that way it can look nice.
Yeah. And Tiger, one last question. What should I take out there? Should I take my new camera, extra battery packs? What do you think I should take as far as like someone taking video of me while I'm speaking, or like if I'm just talking to you, someone taking pictures of you and me talking?
Are you going to have another person with you during the summit?
No, I won't. It'd just be, I mean, there's a lot of people I know. Like I'm helping 5 people go there. So those people will be there with me.
So those 5 people should be your backup.
Okay.
So those 5 people should be like, you can rotate them around. Be like, okay, I need you for maybe 9 to 12, and then you could do whatever you want. But then I need you for 12 to 3, and then the other one could be, I need you in for 4 to 7, and then the other one, you know what I mean? So you need someone around you at all times. So that way, in case you meet someone or you're going to be talking to someone, you need someone to take the photo for you. You need someone to record you. I mean, what if you got interviewed by, Inc. magazine? That means you need someone to take that photo for you while you're on the spot, So you kind of, at least one person. Now, why are you helping 5 people? Are they because they want to go or because?
No, they were on Periscope and I met them and, they just they couldn't. It was possible for them to go, or they were short. There are people who I really liked.
Okay.
Who were always in my scope. So I said, "Hey, can I help you?"
Okay, so then let them help you too. I mean, just for a few hours.
Okay.
Just say I just need someone for a few hours, only because I didn't bring someone else in, and I was hoping you guys can help me with that, and that's it. And that's a great way to, even for them, to network with other people too. So it's a great atmosphere for them. What was the other thing I was gonna say? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And Bray, should I bring business cards, or is that out of style?
If you're gonna bring business cards, bring it with you, but don't give it to every single person, because
you should have 2 business cards. I always tell all my clients this. You have a business card where you want someone like from Inc. magazine to have your personal information.
Yes.
And you have another card with just the website.
Yes. There you go. Michelle's right.
Okay.
Michelle's right about that.
So
yeah.
one would just email on it, Michelle, and the other one for the big contact.
That's right, because you can not ignore the emails. I don't want to say that. But the emails will come through when you have time, but then you have your other one with your personal email with your direct contact. If somebody from Inc. wants to call you on their cell phone, or whatever magazine or show producer or whatever, or a big company, then you want to be able to contact, and you want to make sure that you're I got hollered at for this by some guys over at Nike, because they kept trying to call me, and my voicemail gets filled up.
Me too.
It just gets filled up quickly, and he's like, listen, what if I have Phil Knight calling you? And I'm like, well, I don't want to talk to Phil Knight. Tell Phil Knight to call my husband. Everybody calls my husband if they want to get in contact with me. But for you, you're going to have to make sure that your voicemail is always clear. But do 2 cards and go on Vistaprint.
Or you can use maybe your wife's phone number or something like that. It doesn't have to be directly you. It could be your wife. It's fine, or someone, your assistant or something like that, in case they can't reach you. Now, here's what I do. I use my assistant's phone number because I just don't have time to answer every call. She'll look through it. Sorry, my bottle dropped. She'll look through it, and then if she wants me, if they really need to talk to me, then she'll tell me, and then I'll just be like, okay, I'll call them. But that's the best way. Your wife is the best way. Your wife is the best way to have it. Sherry Siegel made a great statement. I have a Google number for that. There you go. The thing is, I love Google number, but then I just don't. I get irritated with it because.
What's a Google number?
Google number is it's a separate number. It doesn't show your actual phone number.
Okay.
It's like a totally different number, and they can actually call you and leave a message, and you can and you can listen to the message and then decide if you want to call them back.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. But it's a pros and cons kind of thing. So I rather just have my assistant just go through it and call and figure out from there.
But and that's why the card that you just give out to everyone, because that's the way that you can promote yourself and your book. The card is part of that process. It's a small part, but it's still a part of that process. just have an email on there and the website and, you know, a great photo of the book or yourself or whatever your company name is on that one. But if there's people that want to get in contact with you, give them the card, and that you know you want to contact, give them a card with your cell phone number on it, with that direct line on it. So that way you guys can keep in contact, because that's going to be important in building a relationship.
So is it kind of like when I give my nieces, I just gave her my platinum card, but yet my wife gets the black card?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
Thank all of you guys for the information. It's very valuable.
Yeah.
Brian, I love what you had to say. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect for the YouTube
Brian, are you on all the time? Let me make sure I'm following you. Okay.
I'm around. I'm usually.
I gotta go, guys.
Bye, Tiger. I'll be in contact with you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Tiger.
Bye, Brian.
Bye,
guys.
I agree that it doesn't have to be I told you it doesn't have to be perfect. I also think you should have 3 business cards. I think you should have the one that's professional, the one that you're giving out to the whatever guys, and then the one that you want to give with your grandmother's number on it, so when they call up that it's, you know, grandma gets a wake up. Is Greg there? No, he's not here today. But you know I'm joking. But
Brian is just full of jokes tonight.
I am.
Hey, 10,000 comedians out of work, and he's trying to be one.
Hey, listen.
Do you know why the traffic light changed?
What's that?
So do you know why the traffic light turned red?
No.
Wouldn't Michelle get embarrassed changing in the middle of the street?
Well, you missed the vibe earlier when my son was behind me naked.
Yeah, I saw people laughing. I didn't know what they were laughing about.
I didn't even know. That was so hysterical. That was funny. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go. Brian, are you on Periscope? I'll follow you on Periscope.
I am not a Periscope guy. I like getting in here and talking to people. I don't like.
Okay, I just followed you. So
thank you. You can follow me wherever you want to, babe. No, I'm kidding. You're married. I don't do that to married women.
Michelle, thank you very much for all your advice. It's been a great value and great help.
And if you need anything, or if you want to run something by me, or you want to whatever, just I'm gonna follow you on Twitter.
Okay.
You're at Greg Inspires on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know how to use Twitter, but I have a couple famous authors that follow me. Like I was tweeting the other day. Mm-hmm. My beautiful 27-year-old daughter called me and says, "Dad, why are you tweeting to yourself?" I said, "I'm not. I'm responding to people.
Right.
I don't even know how to." Like I said, I just Periscope going. What's that?
You should take a social media class.
Yeah,
and you know what else you want, and have your kids, or have your kids run it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Is probably get a couple young people, say, "Hey, I'll pay you a couple bucks and just keep up my Twitter, things like that." Because I was always told and taught, do what you do best and let other people. You know, I have a lawyer, I have an accountant. I don't try to do my own taxes.
Right.
And that's the same thing. I don't want to be. My time's more valuable than sitting around on Twitter tweeting to people. And
you have to tweet at least 6 times a day. You should do it
6 times a day.
At least. You should do an Instagram account. On Instagram, you have to put pictures.
I have that.
You like 6 times a day. You need to do Instagram 6 times a day. And I think actually Twitter, you need to do like maybe 10 times, just sending out tweets. But the good thing is that you could schedule those and just let them go out.
Is that IFTT thing?
No, that's just for Periscope. You can use Hootsuite for Twitter and schedule them that way. And you can schedule your Facebook posts too, because Facebook does that within itself. You don't need an outside app.
Yeah, that's what because I see someone that does on my Facebook and on Twitter, it says IFTT.
Oh yeah. Right. Because that's the what it does is it takes your Periscope and it puts it into your Facebook. So it tells people that you're live.
Okay.
Right? It'll tell them that you're live. So I mean that's good to do because you're on Periscope, right?
Yes.
But you also want to Hootsuite will do the tweets.
Okay.
So you schedule all the tweets with whatever you're gonna say. put the time that you want them to go out, spread them out like every 2 hours or so.
Okay.
And they just go. And you set it and forget it.
Well, that's what I like.
Yeah, just set it and forget it. Okay. And you you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page.
Yeah, and then it can go, your tweets can go right to your fan page as well. So now you know it's just all over. It's kind of just circulates, just one thing.
And
thank you guys very, very much. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
There's a good book too that's called Twitter Power 3.0 by Joe Comm. He's on Blab all the time.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. But I'm going to hire a kid, I think.
Hey, it works.
They know what they're doing though.
Kids who know what they're doing.
Right, because it's different to just tweet for fun and do social media for fun versus you're trying to do it for business. So they got to be strategic about it, right?
Okay. All right, thanks guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.